On this question, we're being asked 12 is what percent of 0.05? So the decimals are getting a little weirder here, but in any case, we have two methods. We have method number one. Here we're being asked 12 is what percent of 0.05? And the decimals are getting a little weirder, but that's okay because we've got more than one way to solve it. Method number one says the percent is simply the part over the whole. And believe it or not, 12 is the part, even though it's much bigger. But the reason it's the part is because a percent is a part by definition. So 12 is some percent. 12 is the part. So 12 over 0.05. Throw that into the calculator, and we're getting 240. Now, to get from this decimal form into percent form, we've got to move the decimal 2 spaces right. But if that's a little confusing, always take a nice, easy percent, like let's say 56% is equal to a decimal 0.56, and use that easy one to remind yourself to get from percent form to decimal form, or the other way around. Which way do we move the decimal? Well, I can see from this example that to get from percent form to decimal, I would have to move it 2 spaces left, or to get from decimal form to percent form, I'd have to move it 2 spaces right. So here we're in decimal form. We need to get to percent form. So we're going to move that decimal 2 spaces right. As weird as that is, it gives us the number 24,000%. And that's our answer to this crazy question. So this is one of the questions where the more complicated method, method two, might be the better one. And method two is the percent equation. Just write an equation that matches what we said. 12 is what percent of 0.05? And now we're just doing the math on that. So we've got 0.05 as a fraction. Let's see, what would be the better way here? You know, with these decimals, I would actually say it might be better to just multiply by 100 right now. So right now we've got 1200 equals x times 0.05. By multiplying by 100, these things canceled and it made things a tiny bit easier. Now we can just divide by the 0.05 on both sides. And we're going to have 1200 divided by 0.05, which we already know is going to be 24,000. So we see two ways to get the answer to this question.